Get ready to match the stars. Orson B. Brett Summers. Charles Nelson Reilly. Penny Marshall. Richard Dawson. And Betty White. As we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 74. And now here's the star of Match Game 74, Gene Rayburn.
Hello there. Thank you, Johnny Olson, and thank you, dear friends and gentle hearts. How are you, my dear?
Okay.
May I say something?
Yes, you may say something.
The one wonderful thing I love about Penny Marshall is you can never tell when she's having a good time.
Listen, do you have a good time doing your own show, Paul Sands, of Friends and Love? Are you a friend or a lover in that show?
I think I'm an enemy. Friend.
You're
relative.
a friend? A relative.
Relative.
Yeah. Is that fun doing that?
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
How about World War II?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that all right? You have pretty green eyes. Doesn't she have green eyes?
They're pretty green.
I don't have my glasses on. Wait a minute.
We'll write you a letter.
Crestus.
Let's say hello to our friends over here, shall we? Carrie Newland and Ron Bambas. Hello there, friends. Carrie's won $3,450. And we've started this game. Ron had his question. He matched one of our celebrities, and your first round question is about to come up. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that in a moment or so, but first we've got to do this. Okay, I push this button and reveal this question, which is the first round question for Carrie Newland, and everybody plays. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
I'm Reddy's brother.
Betty White's goldfish hasn't been the same since Betty washed her blank in the goldfish bowl.
Could you do that again, darling?
Yes.
I was looking at Betty and didn't hear you.
Betty White's goldfish hadn't been the same since Betty washed her blank in the goldfish bowl. Is that the Palmer method? Okay. Carrie Newland. Betty White's goldfish hasn't been the same since Betty washed her blank in the goldfish bowl.
Her hair.
I think they're against you.
I think so.
Yep. But what the heck, you never know. She says hair, Orson.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
the goldfish has not been the same. It's been happier since Betty washed her feet in the
I
goldfish.
see.
Got a real kick out of that.
Got a kick out of that? The fish did. All right, Brett.
Or, if you will, her dogs.
Wash your dog. Goldfish bowl.
I hate her and all that love of animals she
She's gonna
has.
cry in a moment. Now stop
That's
this.
not true. Actually, the goldfish wasn't the same because the goldfish was singing double since she washed her bra.
Okay. Betty White's goldfish hasn't been the same since she washed her blank in the goldfish bowl.
Orson and I have something going.
Oh, really?
Feet.
Here's that?
Feet.
We have feet going?
Yes.
Feet going.
What did you say, Richard?
I happen to know that you were absolutely right. She did wash her hair.
Wash your hair in the goldfish
Because
bowl.
I saw you on the show South Pacific, and you said, I'm going to wash that fish right out of my... Remember? What a smack. You see, the last time I thought you were going to say lingerie of some kind, and we had such an argument here about what was lingerie at one time. Do you
Oh,
remember?
yes, I remember that.
I
yeah.
went every way to protect you. I said undies, including bra and pantyhose. I thought, I'm going to get that judge. And then you said hair.
Yeah.
Well,
No
you
way.
certainly wasted my time.
Now, what does Betty White say to all of this?
Well, nothing fishy. She washed her hair in the bowl.
Well, how do you like them apples? Okay, so that's one apiece for you at the end of round one, and now we go to round two, Ron.
B, please.
B. Everyone plays except Penny, because
Can
you
I
matched in the
play
first
anywhere?
round. You can play anyway, and I'll read your answer silently. Just. Dumb Dora was so dumb. I'm glad you asked. She was so dumb she brought home an eggplant and tried to blank it. That's how dumb Dora was. Dumb Dora, Ron, was so dumb she brought home an eggplant and tried to blank it. You think about that in a moment or so?
Don't you
Colin?
love him? He's always stealing my answers. He's leaning over there because he has a decent answer for a change. And he's,
I'm ready, Gene.
Thank you, Charles.
and he's also going skiing.
Where?
No place.
Oh, she just said that.
Out in the
Look at his
backyard.
sweater. If he's not going skiing, we're in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Oh!
No, she wrote skiing. This is a very sick lady. I think the nurse should come and take her.
Isn't that heaven? You think I lose my mind?
Yes, you are. Yes, definitely are. Okay, Rob. Dumb Dora was so dumb. How dumb was she, Gene? I'll tell you. She brought home an eggplant and tried to blank it.
Plant.
Plant it?
Yes.
Brought home an eggplant and tried to plant it.
I'm finished with
Is that a little touch of humor? Go ahead, Orson.
She tried to scramble it.
Trying to scramble it. Scrambled eggplant. An order of scrambled eggplants. What do you say, Brett?
Ron, I'm looking for Mr. Right. Number 3, but you're obviously not him. The word is scramble.
Scramble. That's too scrambled, Charles.
I want another route. I said hatchet.
Tried to hatch it.
Big popular response.
Very popular response there. Aren't you sorry you're not playing this one there? All right, Richard. What? You're eating
stole my apple.
You stole Brett's apple. That's Brett's apple. That sweet young kid in the audience gave her that apple.
A wonderful person in the audience gave me that.
All right, now show us your answer and say it at the same time in a loud, clear voice.
Hatchet.
Okay.
Want a bite?
All right, plant. No thanks. Plant is the answer that Ron is looking for.
Hatchet, but who
Hatch.
else?
Okay. All right.
I'm the hatches.
Now, when we come back to you, you'll have your second round and final question, and one match will win the game. Here we go. Are you ready? Yes. All right, Carrie. You need one match to win the game. What's going on here?
Just building a chair in my spare time.
Betty stole his chair.
Did you take his chair?
I stand up.
Did anybody ask you who
You
stole
took his chair, but now let's stop. Now, children, now stop this.
This is like
nonsense.
Carlton Mears
It's a
kindergarten.
very Carlton Myers Kindergarten. This is a serious show. Listen, have a little poem for you
Oh,
now.
I love
Listen to this.
There's a young lady from
poem.
Calcutta.
No.
Was
A
young
poem.
man
Was a
named
young
Dan?
man from Cape
No. Yule Gibbons was hungry. No food was nearby, so he opened his mouth and he munched on a blank. Yule Gibbons was hungry. No food was nearby, so he opened his mouth and he munched on a blank. Yada ba da 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 da. Yada ba da 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 da. You're laughing, so because you're laughing in that goofy way, I have to check your card. And okay, there it is. Finished. What are you doing, Charles?
Just thinking.
Thinking. Well, put
I
a,
got
Day
it
he
already.
put a
thinks.
card in the slot there, and away we go. Betty's the only one who didn't write that time, right? Yeah, because
I
you're not
wrote
sure.
anyway.
You did.
I'm
good,
like
right?
Penny.
All right.
I never wrote.
Yule Gibbons was hungry. No food was nearby, so he opened his mouth and he munched on a
Fly.
fly. Yes. Orson, what did you
Chacun a son goût.
Whatever that
He munched
means.
on a fly.
On a fly. That wins the game. What have you got there, folks? Fly. Congratulations. There's another 100 for you. You're up to 35.50. And Ron, we're going to have to say goodbye to you. Sorry. It's been a pleasure meeting you. We've got a gift for you, together with our thanks for being with us here on Match Game 74. Ron Bambos, goodbye. Ready? Okay. Now, this is the third time you've been up here, right? Okay. Now, you know how this goes, so we'll get right to it. Right, Carrie? We polled a recent studio audience. We got their best response to this. L blank. The answer they gave most often is worth $500. The second most frequent response, $250. The third, $100. Now, pick your celebrities.
Richard?
L.
That's a goodie. El Toro.
El Toro. Okay, there's one.
Charles?
Charles, have you got one?
Well, I mean, that.
He's not
looks-
getting mine.
I'll go the El Camino route.
El Camino.
Now, what was the other one? Wait a minute. What's the other one?
El Toro is what he said.
El Toro.
And you've got
Okay.
El Camino.
El
We've got to go
Camino.
with your first answer.
Okay, well,
and
don't
your
turn
third.
on me. I mean, it's not
Brett.
that easy.
Brett, have you got one?
How about I wouldn't say El Tubbo.
What about
No.
Because it's been said.
El Exahenti.
No, I'm not saying that.
What about
Your answer.
LMNOP?
El Capitan.
El Capitan. Okay, so you got El Capitan, El Camino, and El Toro. What say you, señorita?
El Toro.
You say El Toro. El Toro. That sounds like the bull to me. That is the bull. All right, we are looking for the bull. Let's find out where he is.
A Hungarian bullfighter.
Is that answer under the $100 response I ask you? No, it is not. El Dorado. That's a good one. All right, looking for El
El
Toro.
Camino was bad.
Let's find out. Is it under the $250 response? El Toro is. Congratulations.
I know.
Terrific.
We're going steady. I know what's under there.
Wow.
Sid.
Bow macaroni.
Elbow macaroni. Wrong. You think it's El Cid, audience, right? El Cid. Okay, let's find out. Here it is. El Cid is right. Audience was right. Did you think of El Cid?
No, not once.
Well, he hasn't been around lately. Okay, now you've won the $250. That means you're going to play for 10 times that amount or $2,500. Remember, you have to match one celebrity head-to-head. Time to pick one.
Richard.
All right, Richard, you're elected again. You face me, my dear. Here is the $2,500 question. Pair of blank. Pair of... This is no laughing matter, Richard.
Easy for you to say.
Yes, it is easy for me to say. Pair of blank.
Oh, please let me think of a clean answer. I'll never tell.
I'm glad I'm not there.
Okay. Richard is finished. Now it's up to you to come up with an answer which you think will match his, Carrie. Pair of
Shoes.
shoes. Richard, you looked as if you drew a blank there.
No, I wish I had drawn a blank. I kept sawing visions of things.
Okay. May we see your answer for $2,500? She said pair of shoes. What is your answer?
Oh, did you say shoe?
She said pair of shoes.
That's what I said, shoe.
That's what you said, shoes. Now she's got $6,300. Gee, that's a lot of money. What are you going to do with all that money?
Well, besides using it for my education, I can pay my rent with it.
You graduated 3 years
Must
ago
live in a
with
very
all that
expensive apartment to pay $6,000 a month rent there. Okay, Carrie, let's play another game, shall we? Let's bring on Charlie Stare. Charlie Stare.
Wild cream oil, Charlie.
Charlie, you know Carrie?
Yes.
Well, the first thing we got to know, Charlie, is what are you doing out here?
Well, I'm here to play the game, and my real name is Charles Ann. But I was
Charles?
Ann.
Oh, Charles. Well, Charles is a man's name, isn't it?
Well, I know, but that's just the way it is.
Whose idea was that?
I won't be home tonight, dear. I'm just with Charlie and Ann.
Of course, it's a man's name, Charles Nelson Reilly.
That's
Anybody
right,
can-
naturally. Okay, now where do
Mary
you
is
live?
a man's name.
Yeah.
I'm from Dallas, and I'm an airline flight attendant.
Okay. Nice to have you with us, and good luck to you, Charlie.
Thank you.
It's so funny calling it Charlie.
Why don't you and Charlie come back to my place, have a drink?
Okay. You go. You got some business to attend to. Go attend to your business. Charlie and I are going out for a drink now. Okay, here we go with Charlie and Carrie. I push that button, and I ask you to make a selection, ma'am.
I'll take A, please.
You'll take A? I'm sorry, I've got A. No, that's A is for you, and here it is. New game. Little riddle about the Wild West.
I love riddles.
It goes like this.
I love you when you get tickled.
I love it when I tickle you.
What do you call a lawman who's all covered with beautiful feathers? The answer, Wild Bill Blank. Let's see what you're doing. What do you call Charlie? What do you call a lawman who's all covered with beautiful feathers? The answer, Wild Bill Blank. Now, don't say it. Wild, beautiful feathers. Wild Bill Blank.
I wish I were dead.
No, come on, now write something.
Oh, okay. I got
Got it? All covered with beautiful feathers. The answer, Wild Bill Blank. See, if he can do it, you
ready.
can do it. Right.
If he can do it, anybody can do it.
That's right. I love Jonathan Apples.
When I think of
Now,
this
Charlie.
apple being given to me and then stolen by my
seedy
friend,
thing to do.
What do you call a lawman is all covered with beautiful feathers? The answer, Wild Bill Blank.
Wild Bill Peacock.
Wild Bill Peacock.
That's it for Charlie.
She came up with a terrific answer. The rest is up to you. If we don't get some terrific answers, you're in a heap of trouble. What do you say there, little boy?
Charlie is a terrific girl. I came up with a more rudimentary answer, Wild Bill Chicken.
What are you saying there, madam?
I'm crying.
Why? Did you think of Wild Bill Peacock and reject it?
No,
She
I
saw
could.
herself in the mirror.
No, I want to know something.
What?
Now, this may be a match.
No, we'll be the judge of that. Just hold the card up.
Now, oh, it makes me so mad. Now, isn't pheasant and peacock the same thing?
Even if she'd spelled it right, it wouldn't be the same thing.
Pheasant is P-H-E-A.
Oh, anybody can spell it PH.
No, Dick says it's two F's.
Pheasant, female peacock.
No,
Or is that female grouse?
No, it's not. Pheasant has nothing to do with peacocks. What do you say,
That's what I
Charlie?
meant
Few of
to
them
say. Isn't pheasant the wonderful bird with the
You're off. He's on. You're off. You stop talking now. What do you say?
Before I show my very correct answer, may I call you Chuck Charlie so there's no confusion?
I'll be Chaz.
And you'll be Chuck.
Yes, okay.
Peacock, of course.
Okay, Charlie, there's one for you. Charlie's looking for a peacock, lady.
I got a chicken.
That's a couple chickens.
Yes. All right there, Richard. Give the little lady a peacock. That's what she wants.
Very well. You are, my dear. I'm so embarrassed, Charlie. I ordered pizza and got chicken.
Too
I'm
bad.
humiliated.
Are you offering anything to this sweet child, my dear?
Not to her, but what did you... listen, I didn't think being on CBS we were allowed to say peacock.
Oh.
So I said Wild Bill Bird.
Wild Bill Bird. Okay. Okay. So that's one for you, Charlie. And now let's see what we've got for you, Carrie. Here we go. First round question for Carrie. Bill said, having dinner at Edna's house is like going to a fancy restaurant. Before she seats you at the table, Edna makes you blank.
Listen, I'm sorry, I did a time lapse.
Having dinner at Edna's house is like going to a fancy restaurant. Before she seats you at the table, Edna makes you blank.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, honey.
See, it's like eating a fancy restaurant. You understand? Don't look so puzzled. You understand it, don't you, Carrie? You've been to fancy restaurants. Classy chick like you, with all that money, $6,300. Sure, you've been to a lot of fancy restaurants.
Ever been to Edna's house?
No.
Once again, it's tricky.
Bill said having dinner at Edna's house is like going to a fancy restaurant. Before she seats you at the table, Edna makes you blank.
Genuflect.
No, that's... All right, the lower tier is ready. Charles, we're waiting for you.
Aren't we always wait? I've spent my life waiting for Charles.
Yes, Charles. Okay, now, Carrie. Bill said having dinner at Edna's house is like going to a fancy restaurant. Before she seats you at the table, Edna makes you...
Wear a tie.
wear a tie. They're groaning at you again, Carrie. That tells you something. All right, Orson, what do you say?
I think it's a very good answer. But tip her.
Tip her, yeah.
Just slip her a little something.
Slip her a $10
Get
bill.
down close to the floor.
That's
Joe. It's
right.
Edna's mother with a pair of pasty shoes.
Brad, what do you say?
I say my life has been so ugly I never get to go to good restaurants.
Yes, but show us
I
your
thought
card.
you had to wash your hands.
Wash your hands, Mrs. Wash your hands before you go to the table.
I
Charles?
don't know if the judges will maybe think this is a match, but I said makes you dress up.
Dress up and wear a tie? What about that? Is that close? Yeah, that is a match. All right. Penny Marshall, what do you say?
I say they had a slipper money.
Slipper Monday. All right, Rich.
Slipper money.
Yeah, I think you'll find that is a business, but not the restaurant business. What? You have to check your clothes, like your hat and your coat,
Oh, I see.
when you come in.
Okay, Betty.
Put on a tie.
Put on a tie. Wear a tie. That's two for you, one for you at the end of round one. And now I got to stop at this moment and do this bit of business. Goodbye. Hey, listen, you were terrific. You remember Match Game 74. Join us next time. Goodbye.